Whoa, okay, Reefing fam, what is up? March here. This is Fragbox TV. Welcome back to channel. Welcome back to me. Welcome back to us. We're back after nearly 3 weeks away gallivanting across Indonesia. I have so much freaking cool footage. I cannot wait to share with you guys. All shot in stunning 4K. What happened to this tank? What did my staff do with all the corals? I'm just kidding. Sold everything off, taking it down, shutting it down. Hope everyone got what they were looking for. A nice rock, a nice coral. Kept most of the fish. I said I was going to sell them. I lied. We kept them in the store. Why? Because I really do love the fish. You know what? They're like my little pets. I've had them for some of them. Okay, where is he? Steve. This clownfish in here, I've had him now 8 years. And he was probably 2 or 3 when I got him. They can live quite a long time. So what's new in the shop? Not a whole lot because I wasn't here. The staff, you guys, if you're watching, fantastic, fantastic job. I think right now in the store we have probably one of the best teams that Fragbox has ever seen. They work together really well. Everybody likes each other. There's no office politics. There's no office drama. And they just, everyone has kind of fallen into their roles. They know what's expected of them. And the shop is really, really clean. So you guys, if you're watching, you've done a really good job. Love you guys. Thumbs up. The tanks are empty, as you can see, which means what? What was I doing in Indonesia? I was picking out some really beautiful and crazy corals. I'm bringing back 1, 2, 3. 3 shipments, 3 suppliers, maybe just over 600 pieces. I do got to clear out this last little bit in here. Even in here, I'm a little bit nervous as to where I'm going to put all of these pieces. Oh, if you're new to the channel, hello and welcome. We are in Toronto, which is right now Narnia, and it is frozen. So if you ever want to visit Canada, come on by to the 51st state of Canada and bring your snowshoes and bring your hat and bring your shovel. Don't come in February or March or even April. Come like May to September and you'll be pleasantly surprised. It is really not nice out there today. Okay, so I was talking to you about fish. I am almost done this system over here. This is a new system I was working on before I left. Back to reality now, and I have to set it up. I have to finish, what do I got to finish doing? I put some nice plexi on it. I make it look sexy. I finish the return lines. It's going to end up looking like this one over here. So I build all of the systems from scratch with these 2 very hands that God has given me because I really enjoy being hands-on. I'm a handy guy. I like the feeling of it. I like being able to build it exactly to the store. A lot of people message us and say, oh my God, where did you get this invert system? It starts out like that, and then when I'm done with it, bang, magic. It comes out like this over here. This brave guy actually just drove here today. We're closed. This is the first snow day we've done in quite a few years. So, ADHD in full effect. I got distracted. We're back at it. Okay, so what's happening with this system once I'm done and once it looks good? We are no longer going to be offering any wild caught fish here in the store, and I'll tell you why. We used to offer them. I used to import, and I had very poor success rate. Like, I'd unboxed one of the boxes. I'm just going to hover over our beautiful Studio 12 Reef Casa aquarium while I tell you my little story. So I'd unbox it. 40-50% of the fish would be dead just during transit. Half of them dead. So this is part of the one side of the hobby that you guys will never ever get to see, and something that I'm not going to record because it's so disheartening. You're just going to be there for an hour watching me pull dead fish out of boxes. It's not fun. So I asked my good friend Patrick, who's a huge fish wholesaler, man, why is this tank look? What did these guys do when I was away? Holy, it's looking really good. Okay, so I asked Pat, what am I doing wrong? You know, 40-50% of them, 40% are dead right out of the box. He says, March, 40%, that's great. That's a good number. That's a normal, acceptable industry standard. Even after talking to a manager, a friend of mine who worked at Big Al's, same thing, other stores in Toronto. So it wasn't just me. After that 40-50% are dead, we have to medicate them, acclimatize them, get in the tank. Within the next week, I was losing another 20-30%. So many fish were dying, and I only did 2 shipments like that. One from Sri Lanka and one from Philippines. And I could not sleep. I'd come in the morning and pull out dead fish, and it made me physically ill. I was upset knowing that I was taking them out of the ocean to bring them here to try and make money on them and kill them. And then for years what we did is sold fish from a local wholesaler here, from our friends at Reef Wholesale. And they're really, I think, the best at doing the worst kind of job. But while we were away, I was diving and I'm watching these fish out in the ocean where they're meant to be, and I felt really, really connected with them, and I felt like a sense of shame, and I was upset with myself for taking them from where they were. Even the corals, seeing so many of I'm going to share some incredible videos with you guys in the coming weeks as I edit them. I have so much amazing footage of just seeing Gonipora in the wild. Beautiful, large acro-tabling colonies, and Acropora carduus, Acropora for days. So many corals. I have so much footage. I can't wait to edit and share with you. So many fish. And I just had this wave of I want to say conservation, just don't touch anything you're seeing. Old me kind of would have been like, oh my god, I want to frag that, I want to frag that, I want to bring that chalice back. But something was different on this trip, and I really just didn't want to touch anything. This is our Reef Casa Laguna, by the way, that I'm hovering over. This is my tank in the store right now because I don't have one. Super minimal, and the opposite of that tank. So anyways, I decided to just pull off the tabs on the website that showed live fish. I think we lose quite a few even when we ship them. So it's kind of cruel to ship them. So what we're going to do is go back to what we used to do, which is only captive bred fish. So I want to support the guys that are doing some of the hard... Who put the GSP there? Oh, nice. I like it. I want to put money, and I want to support the guys. I want to put money in the hands of the guys who are doing some of the hardest work, which is captive breeding fish. It's not easy. So the guys at ORA, Pro Aquatics, De Jong in Netherlands, these guys are committed to sustainability, and I don't feel as bad because the fish has never seen the ocean. So we are not taking it out of its natural environment. It's grown sort of like in a lab condition. Well, if you watch the video that we did at De Jong, they're actually grown in these big plastic barrels. So in a way, I feel like, okay, we're giving them a better life. They're going from living in a industrial setting to living in a beautiful tank where hopefully someone will be responsible and take care of it for many, many years. Kind of like Steve over there, he's probably between 10 and 12 years old. Some of these fish, they live up to 25, 30 years, like yellow tangs, things like that. So no more wild fish here at Fragbox. Definitely not going to be shipping them. It is not a nice way. I was thinking, I always want to try and treat my customers the way I wanted to be treated as a customer when I would shop. And I remember taking the day off of work. Yes, believe it or not, I once had a normal job. This was not always what I did. Take the day off of work, and I would wait for the corals at home. And even to have a dead coral show up was so disheartening. To open that box, took time off work. I'm sitting here like a kid waiting for Christmas, and I open it up and I have a dead coral. I would feel horrible. And so I can only imagine what it would feel like. I never ordered fish online, but as a customer, to order a fish and then have that same feeling. You're waiting for maybe your 6-line wrasse or your lawnmower blenny, and you're so excited. You live in Timbuktu, Saskatchewan, where there isn't even a reef store you could drive to if you went in one direction for 12 fucking hours. It's not going to happen. You're so rural. But we ship to you, and then you open it up and get a dead fish. I'm sure that would just be an awful feeling. On top of that, you have to think about what it's like for that fish to die during transit. Who wants to die in a bag, in the dark, in the cold, alone, in your own feces? I can't think of a more cruel thing that we do to them. And to do that to make money, I'm out, guys. So there's my very long-winded reason why you will not see any more wild-caught fish or fish being sold online. This is what really got me into it in the first place, was the coral. This is what got me into the hobby. This is what got me into business. This is what got me into everything, into recording, into the channel, into traveling the world and handpicking them. I'm going to change some of the things that we pick as well. I want to leave some of the things, it just can't be a free-for-all, I think, anymore, where we're just take and pillage all of them. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's right. So I think this was a really important trip for me, for the channel, and you'll see some of those changes come through through the site and through the business. And I want to get more friendly towards the animals and treat them with the respect they deserve. Because, man, seeing them in the wild, I'm telling you, just incredible. If you ever have the opportunity to make it out to Indonesia, highly recommend. My stomach is still upset. I cannot be within 2 minutes of a washroom, or I'm gonna have a photo finish. I feel internally, I feel awful. This is the second time I got sick while abroad. I did my best. I took my cholera vaccine. I'm careful where I eat. It doesn't matter. You're in Southeast Asia. Expect the shittiest No pun intended. Patrick, Mr. Reef Wholesale, inspired by, says he's inspired by Reef Casa and what we've done, has come out with his own brand of stuff, atoll. I really like his logo and packaging. I wonder who made it. Maybe I. Clownfish diet. He's got some new frozen food that he's come out with. Tangalicious, which has been just flying off the shelves since we started selling it. This dual blended nori. So it's the first nori for your fish that's actually 2 in 1. So this is currently my favorite seaweed supplement, seaweed food, sorry. After that, Vitalis, we've been feeding this for a long time. And he's got a whole range of little chemicals that are coming out that work in conjunction with an ICP test. So your all your minerals, all your trace, like your strontium, your potassium, your iodide, he's coming out with his own little bottled version. He's kind of like a little crazy scientist. I'm gonna redo all the shelving here in the store. So when you have 14 hours on a plane and nothing to do and the headset doesn't work and you can't watch shitty movies, you start thinking and you pick up a pen and paper. At least I do. And I kind of rethought out what I want to do with this shelving here in the store. So I'm actually going to pull down almost all of these and redo it. Sometimes I wish I could just stop, sit still, and leave stuff the fudge alone, but I can't. So I've learned to just embrace it and go with the flow. But yeah, these corals, what you're going to see in the coming weeks in here, it's going to be insane. I have so much respect now for even simple pieces like this. I think we were 10 dives while we were there, so maybe like somewhere between 8 and 10 hours underwater. I didn't see any colorful ones like this. I know the light's different down there. Saw one really nice orange plate coral. Must have seen thousands of other ones. So I have a newfound respect for anything that simply has color. Some really nice hard corals are coming. The market I have found has changed. This used to be packed with hard corals. I could bring in 150 little colonies like this of Acropora, maricultured, farm, grown stuff out, and they would sell out very quickly. It is just not the case. People I found have just, it's just not as popular. Keeping hard coral, keeping SPS, so I bring in a fraction of what I used to, and I still love it, so I can't help it. I think we've got maybe 50 colonies in total, which should fill in this space really nicely right here. For those acro guys that are out there, I'm going to see some crazy pieces. It's different when I'm able to see them in person and spend time with them and just pick out the nicest of the nicest. You're going to see that come through. This is something new, actually, I want to share with you that's on our shelves. It's not often that I pick up an entire new line of products. One, because I feel like they got to prove themselves. I won't just jump on the bandwagon for anything. Let's say the margins are good or it's popular. I don't really care. I want to try it. I want to use it. If it's on the shelves here, it's really curated. It's stuff that we use. It's stuff that we believe in. It's good brands. It's nothing really that you don't need. I avoid snake oil products or lines like that. Hydros. You're using it at home, now using it in the shop. This is something I don't understand how my lazy ass took so long to figure out and get over here. I'm still building out our selection. I want to have all the little cables and accessories here when I'm done, and this is all cleaned up nicely. But really recommend this if you're looking for a controller. Compare this against Neptune, because you might be pleasantly surprised in terms of price and what they're able to do. So far I've had only one little issue with mine at home, and it was a quick reset that fixed it. But I'm really impressed, and I really like the interface that they give you. That being said, if there's ever a product on the shelf, something you guys want to know more about, I'm so happy to do a video review. We're not sponsored by anyone here in the shop, so if something is great, I'm happy to rave about it. I'm happy to do an unboxing. It gives me just an excuse to create content. You know, I'm happy to do it if it helps you guys. But like I said, not sponsored. So if something is a piece of shit, I'm also happy to tear it a new one as well. I've done it before on the channel. I'm not going to do it just because. It has to really tick me off. It has to be a piece of junk, and then usually it'll be the last video I'm going to make on that product, because you won't find it here in the store. Man, so nice to come back to a clean shop. Yeah, I don't have to tell these guys, you know, what's expected anymore. Like I said in the beginning, the team is just Just awesome. You guys are rock stars. I think that's it. I think we'll wrap it up. And I'm really excited to do the videos of the new corals that are coming because I know it's gonna blow your socks off. Maybe you live somewhere hot and you don't wear socks, then watch out your sandals. This tank should be ready for pickup soon. I feel like somebody asked me for it. I just have a million things on the go. So if you remember to message me, I think you were in the US, it should be now available. I don't see any other reason why we can't sell it. I just gotta drain it. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope to see you back on the next one. And I hope you enjoyed this episode of Fragbox TV. Bye for now.